Welcome to another installment of 5 Minute Tones. Today we're on the FM3 and we are looking at the Mesa dual rectifier models. But first, let's hear them in a mix.
We are waiting for the sun to shine, shed my skin, lift the darkness from my eyes. No more tears to cry. One last time. We are waiting for the sun to shine, shed my skin, lift the darkness from my eyes. No more tears to cry. One last time.
That was a snippet of a Ragdoll song called Shine, and I was using the Recto 1 orange modern model right there. There are models of the older 2-channel dual rectifier. That's going to be Recto 1 with its respective channels and modes, and there's models of the newer 3-channel rectifier. That's Recto 2, but I like Recto 1. The cabinet that I'm using it with is this cab IR that I made of one of my Marshall cabs. This is on Axchange if you want to download it. As you can see, low cut at 80, high cut around 8K, and the filter slopes cranked. I've also got a little bit of post-processing on at the moment with a parametric EQ and a multi-band compressor. So let's hear it as is. So it's a fizzy sounding amp, right? But that really works in the context of a mix when you've got really boomy distorted bass and you've got loud drums. That fizz is going to help you cut through in a mix. But what I'll do, I'm going to turn this multi-band compressor off. I'm going to turn the parametric EQ off. And in the amp, I've actually got a boost on. So I'll turn that off. Now, I like the analogy of, like, if you're a Jurassic Park fan, the Mesa Boogie Mark Series amplifiers are like really tight, really lean. They're great for fast picking. They're like the Velociraptor, whereas the rectifier is like the T-Rex. And with the boost off, it is so meaty and boomy and just kind of overkill. And you can see that if I didn't want to use a boost, I would probably bring the bass down even more. I've also brought the master volume down a little bit because these amps really start to kind of just crap themselves when the master volume gets too high. So I like the master low, the bass low, and I really, really like this grinder boost. Have a listen to them side by side. So having the grinder boost on there really works. Don't worry too much about the gate. That is just in there to tidy up some noise. And with the cabinet in there, again, low cut, high cut, pretty standard stuff. But let's have a listen to what this multi-band compressor does, because there's still a lot of low-end buildup when I chug there. I have a separate tutorial on how to set this particular multi-band compressor setting up, but essentially we have the frequency range set up so that it is only going to act on palm mutes. So when I play open, let's turn it on, you're going to see this meter here doesn't really get engaged. But when I play some palm mutes, it's kind of kicking in and it is compressing that very narrow range that the palm mutes are occurring in. Without it, and then with the parametric EQ, what I'm doing is I'm making some surgical cuts around, 3600 and 5350 hertz. I also have a separate video on how to set this up, but without the parametric EQ and then with it, so you kind of do what they did in that latest Jurassic Park movie where it's, you hybridize the T-Rex and the Velociraptor, you get that Indominus Rex. That is what a boosted rectifier is like. And you heard that at the little mix at the start. It's a pretty nasty, chunky, savage sounding amp when you do these kind of tweaks to it. So adding the boost, adding a multi-band compressor, and just kind of pulling out some of the really harsh frequencies in there using the parametric EQ. As I said, if you want to watch separate videos on how I set that parametric EQ and multi-band compressor up and why, they're available on my channel. Until next time, you guys stay excellent. I will see you then.